Hello to all you fellow YouTubers out there. Once again, my name is CJ on the Lake, or as you may know me now, CJ Elite 360 Gamer. Today we're going to be looking at the Narrows once again, because as you can see right here, I've made a couple of little changes. As you can see, I still have the locomotives that I covered in my previous installment. And on top of that, I still have the logging locomotives as well, with the Dunkirk there, the Vulcan right there, and my little tiny passenger car right there. But one thing you may have noticed is the fact that now I officially have the track all back. So if you guys saw in my last video, and if you didn't see it, I'd recommend that you see it right now, so that way you get the whole context of the story. But yeah, anyway, now if you remember in my last installment, there was a little bit of riffraff going on about the whole sort of, this model was leaked from somewhere, and I obviously had to respond to that one, so I did. I ripped up the supposedly leaked track, which wasn't really supposed, I guess it was pretty much a direct leak or whatever. Although I don't think it was a leak at the time, and I don't own the track, so don't assume that I'm the leaker here. But yeah, so I ripped up the track, I got rid of the Plymouth, I got rid of the 190, and all the other stuff as well. But then I had to start relaying the track here, so as you can see, I started out by making these little track segments right here, which are made to the exact gauge. I actually got the dimensions of the rail distance between each rail just before I deleted the track and everything along those lines. So with those dimensions in mind, I slowly started to rebuild the track. So now I have this segment right here. And to do all the curves and switches and whatnot, I just simply use the Archimedes tool. The Archimedes plugin here. Yep, right there. Because this way I can actually angle the track. I could make like turns, switches, junctions, that sort of stuff. And I can also make inclines as well. Which I'll show you here in a minute if my camera can zoom any quicker. Come on. Come on, camera, get your act together. I'm making a YouTube video here. But yeah, as you can see, you can obviously do inclines with it, and yeah, pretty cool. It never actually did occur to me that I could use that sort of a method to make the track a lot nicer and whatnot. But hey, at least you live and learn. Of course, though, I still have a bit of a problem because I still need to do the track over here, make the bridge, the switch back, and then go all the way over here where the track used to reside and whatnot, but it's all due in good time. But anyway, on top of all this, I also took the time to make a new steam locomotive. This is a if I can get back to my regular selection mode here. But anyway, this is probably going to need that. This is the newest locomotive installment I am currently working on. This is a Class K7 Sidewinder Light Mikado locomotive. It's of the outside frame counterweight design here. Actually is outside frame and counterweights to help spread out the weight of the locomotive over a wider loading gauge, because it's narrow gauge and whatnot. And I just thought outside frame would look pretty cool, and since I really don't have one of those yet, so yeah, it's just a nice little touch. Of course, I've got the coal pile here too. And I'm currently working on the all the connecting rods, the running gear, and everything along those lines. It's going to be Walshart's valve gear as well. So yeah. And then, of course, these little details here on the walk treads, those are actually a point back to where I got the inspiration for the K7 Sidewinder, which is actually the Denver and Rio Grande Western Class K27 not Sidewinder, Mud Hens. That's what it was, Mud Hens. And if I remember correctly, I think only 2 of them still exist today. One up on the Huckleberry Railroad in, I actually believe it's in Flint, Michigan. Then the other is on the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad in Colorado, I do believe. But yeah, more of its natural home, I should say. But yeah. Yeah, other than that, though, I don't really know if there's much to update you on. Well, actually, maybe you know what. Nah, I'm not going to worry about the... Oh! I almost forgot. I am currently working on redesigning this plant or whatever it is right here, making it look like a brick building or whatever. But yeah, I still have yet to rebuild the station, to put all the other details back in, like the water tower and whatnot. I also have yet to decide too what locomotives I want to have in the shed here, because I'm not quite sure about that as of yet. But you know, it'll come in good time. But yeah, and then of course Dunkirk. Yeah, I changed a couple of things on the Dunkirk to make it a little bit better. As you can see there, I have the throttle, the the lamp. Then I also changed this up too as well. I also went ahead and added in. Oh, come on here. What are you doing? But yeah, I also went ahead and added. I decided to put in this this boiler tube, or Casey Jones whistle, I think is what it's called. But yeah, it's a 4-chime whistle, because I would have really liked to make it a 5-chime, but I don't really know how to do how to actually make the chimes themselves perfectly rounded, so that way, you know, it makes a perfect 5-chime. But you know, it, for a proof of concept, this works. And then, of course, like I mentioned before, the Vulcan. Nothing really too overwhelming on that. But yeah, I mean, and of course, I also decided to change the skybox for something a little bit darker, which I think might look pretty nice as well. But yeah, I'm also strongly thinking too of connecting these 2 rails that connect up to the back of the shed up to the junction as well, on their own separate junctions as well. But I don't know. As I said, I'll get everything sorted out. But another big problem, which I wanted to make aware for you guys, is excuse me. Although the locomotives may look nice, you know, model-wise, they don't actually run or work. Because that's the thing about me, is I only know how to make the models. I don't know how to actually get them running or anything along those lines. Because with something like Blender, you could just, you know, slap in a couple of armatures and bones and whatnot and rig it that way. But with the Roblox, it's completely different, because you have to rely on the physics engine and a bunch of constraints and stuff like that, and it's just finicky as all hell. Let me just say that. It is finicky. Finicky, finicky, finicky. So, yeah. And of course, if you're saying that maybe I should just watch some tutorials, well, I have multiple times, and guess what? They don't work. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, but clearly my ability to make something work has been cursed to an extent. So yeah, if you guys want to help out with that sort of thing or whatever, just feel free to shoot me a message on Roblox or whatever, or even make a comment on the YouTube video as well. Because, you know, at this point, I'll just take whatever helpers I can get. So, but yeah. It's a bit of a hectic situation right now, but yeah. It's hectic. It's just really kind of out of whack right now, because this is somewhat blossomed into a full-time career, believe it or not. I mean, after all, these sort of things are the sum total of a good portion of my life right now, to the point where all the ideas that I have coalesce in the act of their creation like this. And, you know, it's not the most Bob Rossi type of lucrative business where, you know, you don't have mistakes, you only have happy accidents or whatever, but, you know, I try to make whatever work that I can currently get my hands on, so yeah. It'll all work in good time, I'm sure of it. But for right now, though, I'm currently in a bit of a tight position regarding, you know, who I'm going to have to hire as helpers for this game, seeing as Thomas can no longer help, seeing as he's left the community. But whatever the case may be, I don't know. So yeah, if you want to help out, just pitch me a comment on this video and I'll consider it. So yeah. In the meantime, though, this is currently where the Narrow stands as of this. So yeah. I hope you like this little brief update here, and I'll be sure to update you again once I can get some more good updates going for this game. Because my goal is to have it rank up there with some of those really popular narrow gauge games like Somewhere Wales or Narrow Gauge Hills or whatever. But yeah, that's currently what's going on over here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, and if you want to help out, please leave a comment. And I will see you in the next installment. Have a good day.